another behind-the-scenes video. I'm hoping to knock out a few today real quickly based on my document to show the document itself. It is a mess. I'm sorry for that. I like my chaos. My mind's a little bit chaotic, but hey, I can explain it and make sense of it. So one of the things for our behind-the-scenes, I wanted to explore my references and inspirations. I covered it a bit in my pitch and the behind the scenes document I did. I don't remember exactly. But anyway, one of the major a few things inspired and reference wise was used for this project. Mainly analog horror. If I had the chance, I would have put every single analog horror that I found in here and I enjoyed. I did not. I am not insane. Mostly. But yeah, there's a few things. Analog horror by Urban Spooks is quite good. It's quite disturbing, which I quite like. Reach Animations does a few I like. Mainly with analog horror, it's the simple, partly the static and sometimes simplicity of it. It's just showing a scene and the main bits explaining it, or a text ignoring the weird shit going on. Also, his Agamemnon counterpart, which I kind of like because it was a cartoon. It's a classic in the analog horror scene. So there's some others I found, like AMS Therapy. Yeah, I found out this guy is called Rice Onigiri Cat. They did a really good, creepy based, just really creepy based images. There's also some Guilford Garfield, which is someone making a parody of Garfield based on Guilford Godfrey. And it's that sort of, I like the unsettling vibe where it's not too a classic. It's not too much, but it's also still spooky in its own thing. Yeah, if I think I put it here, the way media presented can vary from artist file most copy. Some of these series shine through their interests like Urban Spooks and Vintage 8. Vintage 8 is another big one. Because their analog horror seems to vary between what they do. So sometimes it's from a child's perspective with drawings and a therapist going through them. So yeah, there's some variety here. But it's one of the, at least style-wise, I wanted to base it off. Because these always sort of unsettle me. I think it's because I always had an issue with static. Watching the static on things when with my VHS rig. Now, art style-wise, not editing style, that's up there. One of the art style-wise things I looked into was abstract horror and media. Because I wanted to make the visuals trippy, I wanted to make the visuals my own. And there's some classics like Madoka Magica, where, while it mostly does look like an anime, these are some of the scenes you can find in it, but also most of the time it just looks like an anime, just looks like a magical anime. And another two classics, Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared. It's kind of a mix of the original web series and the Channel 4 series. I really hope there's another season of that. That was so good. Honestly, one of the main things is Smiling Friends. I think it was actually done by some of the Only Play crew, which was quite nice. So it takes from internet horror, but also, that's an actual scene from it. He speaks. You wouldn't think so, would you? But one major, this is a mix of editing and art style. And art style mostly for my proof of concept, actually, but Ina and mainly Joji's little Ina thing. I took a way to present text with it. It presents text. I kind of wish I could have done some misleading text as well, but a chance will arise another day. These are some references from took the previous iteration of Voices in My Head, or like the previous iteration of Ollie is Not Okay, when I was about my Sona rather than Ollie herself. And it's like Vivinos does some really cute but also creepy animated things. That's not Vivinos. This is Vivinos. I've just picked my favorite because if I could, I would put their entire channel on here. They've got a really good series going on, called Alien Show or something about some kids going into an alien death show. But yeah, it's cutesy, but also it fits in. Now, storybook-wise, I also took from, I forgot what their name is, Josipu, who actually does more storybook-style animations with a dark twist at the end. So I think this one, she ends up eating the person she turns into a human for. There's also scratching melody where it's not really abstract horror, it's just weird. Say it's in the same category as it's in the category to Smiling Friends, where it's just plain weird. Like, it's not the presentation that does it, it's more the implication. Like, she goes mad halfway through. Now, format and presentation wise, I wanted to use old tech, or like old technology format, so this is home stuff before anyone points out in the comments. But stuff like the chat logs, I think Splatoon 2's DLC Octo expansion did really well with this. The main one is here, obviously, the VHS, and like a camera, and to some extent also the aesthetics as well came into play. I think it's pretty obvious when you see the backgrounds in the short that there was quite a bit. Sound-wise, this is just more, oh yeah, this is where I got it from, because I needed to find certain sounds that the theme didn't have. And this is another one. So just general vibe I kind of wanted. If you want to know, I don't remember what this thing's called. I'll put it in the description when I find it. But yeah, that's just a general walkthrough of some of the inspirations and references that I had for this project.